May I ask some questions?
You can ask. I can answer
First.
up to my knowledge. It may be wrong, it may be right.
It seems to me that after the disappearance of Srila Prabhupada, my spiritual master, I am putting more trust in the Chaitya Guru within. The Chaitya Guru?
Chaitya Guru.
I am putting more trust in Chaitya Guru. Is this normal to do after the disappearance of your Guru? And how can we develop more the ability to take guidance from Krishna in the heart in order to help us serve our Guru? I want to respect the advice of my godbrothers, but they have many different opinions. So I try to surrender more also to Chaitya Guru. I wanted to ask you about that.
My opinion is that Guru is always present. But we are not seeing. But His mercy and He Himself is present to us and always giving mercy. So I need more praise to our Gurudev, beloved Gurudev. He is always present. As in the present time of our Gurudev, your Gurudev, we are serving and wanting guidance.
Yes.
This time also, you should not see that our Guru is not present, so we should go to our factory. That Guru is always, and Diksha Guru is also present. So why we should not go to our Diksha Guru?
Just as much.
There is no likeness of our Diksha Guru. He is always present. But we should pray to Him that you should reveal in our heart. Chaitya Guru, without praying, he will do what he has to do. And he is Krishna. He is always wanting that all my dear should come to me. So he is hankering to do mercy. So I think it is better to pray our Gurudev to reveal our heart, and in our heart he should ये भाव जगाएं कि हम लोग कैसे उनकी सेवा कर सकते हैं. He should give proper guidance in our heart that how we could serve more and more to Him. I think it is the proper way.
Yes.
And Sikha Guru can do, who is the Mahanta Guru. Dikha Guru is also Mahanta Guru. And Sikha Guru is also Mahanta Guru. If one has Sikha Guru, he should go to Sikha Guru time to time and take advice what to do, how to do, how to serve Radha Krishna. I think if we are very honest to our Guru, he would certainly and certainly come in our heart, and he will make see us the result.
That's a very satisfying understanding.
I see in Brihad Bhagavatamrit, that thousands and thousands of years, lakhs and lakhs years were passed, but yet Gurudev comes to Gopkumar, or Srimati Radhika sends his near dear Gopkumar to Jan Sarma to Sopa, and they are eager to do mercy upon them. So, if our Gurudev is in that level, and we are in the level of Jan Sarma or true devotee, Krishna and Gurudev will surely have mercy upon us. We don't think this question. Not a single time this question has come to my mind, because I have full faith in our Guru. I always pray my Gurudev that he should give me how we can survive, how we can have Charan Purushartha. Charan Purushartha, you know?
No, not Charan.
Last
Goal, ultimate goal.
Yes. Yesterday we were reading Brihad Bhagavatamrit. Sanatana Goswami is telling that we pray for the dust of lotus feet of Krishna. But not only lotus feet of Krishna, dust of lotus. The lotus feet of Krishna should have kumkum. Kumkum, you know, the collar the gopi used to have in their breast, and they have kept Krishna lotus feet on their breast, and that collar kumkum has lotus feet of the Krishna, and it has been collared, and the dust of that collar I went to put on my head. This is the last purusharth of any jeev at any time. There is no better any purusharth for jeev better than this. Sanatana Goswami wants to, Rupa Goswami, Raghunath Goswami. So Gurudev and Krishna is also eager always to give this thing, topmost highest thing to give. But if Jiva has so much qualification, then they can have. Otherwise, at least this should be in the heart of any sadhaka.
And may I ask another question? I came to see you in 1986.
हाल आता तुम्हारा तो ठीक ठीक है.
And I asked you if it was all right to admit to my disciples that I had made some mistakes. At that time, the mistakes were that I was sitting on a Vyasasana, the same level as Srila Prabhupada, and taking a big title like Guru Pad, and sitting above my own godbrothers. So you told me that if I admitted that these were mistakes, my disciples would not lose faith in me, but they would appreciate the honesty as humility. So since then I tried to be very open and honest with disciples and God brothers also. If I feel some envy or some bad thing, I admit it. But some of my God brothers say that I may mislead disciples if I am too open. For example, a few years ago, I read some books by Christian saints. So rather than keep it private, I told that I am doing this. So my question is, should there be a part of life that should be kept private and secret? Or should a sadhu be as open as possible in regard to things like admitting mistakes, but also revealing your mind and also your intimate realizations? What is the relation of the secrecy and the truthfulness?
Some principles or some things are subject for hide and something is for open. We should always think that it should not be harmful for lower persons or disciples. As we are practicing Raganuga Bhakti, for example, it should not be open to all. It must be kept sacred. Only to those who are qualified persons we can tell something. Not all anubhutis. Realization should be told to them, because it may cause to their fallenness. Similarly, so many things can be that if we can tell everything, they are not in a position to take it in better way. So we should keep it sacred. And something which is good for them according to their grade, we can tell them. And if you and they are in same level, as a friend you can tell, you may not tell. Everything which we realize should not be told to openly in general mass. Always we should be careful for this. आपन साधन कथा ना कहिबे जथा तथा. In Chaitanya Charitamrita it has been told that you are practicing bhakti yoga, and if you have some realization, you should not tell to other persons in general, because it will be उड़ जाएगा. It will be उड़ जाएगा कपूर की भांति. Karpur,
like camphor.
Camphor. Yeah.
Camphor here, it will be powerless.
Evaporate. Yeah. Evaporate. Like, so we must think about the qualification of this, whether it is harmful or not.
All right.
In my idea,
yeah,
as Vaishnava should keep sacred something, it has been told. Sleeping, eating, drinking,
chanting,
bhajan, sadhan. If anyone general mass will see, they will think that, we are all the same. So it may harm to them. But everything, if it is for benefit of disciples.
What about the benefit of the person? Does it ever benefit him to disclose something? So you speak of the benefit to the disciples. What about the person who is withholding something? Sometimes, to be honest, he will benefit. Like the original time when you said, yes, tell your disciples that you made a mistake. So that time I didn't keep secret.
If by keeping secret their benefit is there, we can do it. But we should always be careful that our heart and bahar or bhitar, inner and outer, should be one. We should not have any incorrect connection with a lady. If I have any illicit connection, then we will have to hide. So we should not have any illicit connection to anyone, so that I will have to छिपा करके रखा. So we should not do anything so that we may hide. Only bhajan sadhana should.
Then I had some questions about Raganuga Bhakti. In some of the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradayas, they practice Raganuga sadhana even when the disciple is not yet perfect. So Srila Prabhupada, as I read in his book, he indicates this too, to some degree, but he doesn't teach it specifically in terms of how to know your eternal rasa with Krishna. There's an impression among devotees in ISKCON, many of them, most of them I would say, that to cultivate Raganuga Bhakti is not necessary in order to go back to Godhead. And they think like this is how you can go back to Godhead. If you work hard in ISKCON, even if you don't know what is your rasa with Krishna, you will go to Krishna after death, and then everything will be revealed to you then. You already have a specific rasa, but you don't know it. It will be awakened within you by service to Guru.
This is to misguide and to taunt. This is certainly a wrong siddhanta.
Maybe envious. Maybe envious Siddhanta.
This should not be teach. Without Raganuga Bhakti, we cannot go to Krishna. Certainly. If anyone does not know Sambandha Gyan, he is full of anartha by serving and by selling and by increasing income. If one cannot go in a koti janm, or never will go to Krishna, in my opinion and in Shastra opinion. He should do bhakti. Then it will be very cheaper for us. We should went at once Krishna consciousness, living all these things. But I think this is to misguide. They are ruining themselves and all persons. Krishna consciousness is for serving Radha and Krishna, not for ISKCON. ISKCON is to teach how we can serve Radha and Krishna and Gurudev. Guru or Krishna are not to, they will not teach a person not to serve them and to serve ISKCON. Why don't Gaudiya Vedanta Society or consciousness, ISKCON, or anything, is to serve Krishna and that. So Raganuga must be followed. We should certainly follow Rupa Goswami. Without following Rupa Goswami, men in thousands and crores living in ISKCON only, having no sambandha gyan, no bhajan, he will never, but he will fall at once, like Bhavananda and all others.
Then I want to ask about the practice, though, more about the practice of Raganuga Bhakti.
I think that some will be angry with me.
Your answer? Maybe.
But what you are asking me this question?
Well, it's important because sometimes when we express interest in Radha and Krishna, the devotees say, well, that's too elevated for us. You just, another expression is...
What is the duty of ISKCON?
They say, just work in the Sankirtan movement, and even if you have material desires at the end, Lord Chaitanya will come and bring you back to Godhead.
I think so. To teach persons and devotees how to get Krishna and Radha's service. This is the whole object of ISKCON. And that is why Srila Prabhupada, your Gurudev, went to Western countries by the order of his spiritual master. They had no any ambition other than to serve Radha and Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
But if you distribute a book, isn't that serving Radha and Krishna, or clean the temple?
This can be general seva, so that we can teach world how to serve Krishna. For this, it can help. Like we are doing yajna, sacrifice. We are bringing bricks, sand, cement. This can be bringing all these things, collecting all these things, may be called sacrifice, but it is not sacrifice. Swaha. I am giving myself, whole thing to be feet of lotus Krishna. That is sacrifice. If it is not done, bringing and doing and laboring, everything is not sacrifice. In this manner, if you are doing Sankirtan Yajna for Radha and Krishna to please Radha and Krishna, or to serve Radha Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then if anyone is claiming that floor, not cleaning, he is also cleaning the paikhana of any Vaishnava is bhakti.
Vaikhana?
Latin. Like Narottam Thakur clean the Latin of Gurudev.
Yeah.
So anything, any chesta
Endeavor. Activity, endeavor.
activities of tan, man, vachan, anukul for Krishna, it is called Uttama Bhakti. Not only Sankirtan, and Sankirtan is best, Nam Sankirtan, but anything, any wish, any mental thing, any हाथ पैर का कोई भी कार्य, any action will be physical or imphysical or by mind, everything will be bhakti. It's above. If bhakti is there. And to read Bhagavat and to serve Radha Archan will be against of bhakti. If you are not there, you are going against the principle. If you are doing Archan, if you are doing Bhagavat Path, you are preaching for yourself or your wives and children, then it will against of us to read Bhagavad and to do Arcana also. So it depends on the heart. So I think that we must follow Rupa Goswami. He has gone to follow, to preach the principles of Rupa Goswami, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Swarup Damodar, Raya Ramananda, only. And for the betterment, he established ISKCON to preach the service of Radha and Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If they are not preaching correctly, we should leave at once this society. And if they are doing service, we should all join. I also think I am in Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti. In a moment when I will see that they are not serving for Krishna, I will at once leave this Gaudiya Vedanta. I am not come to see Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti, but I have come to see that they are all serving. Rupa Goswami has written in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Ujjwal Vindani, and all others, how a jeev, a conditioned soul, can come towards Krishna and can achieve the highest thing, highest service of Radha and Krishna. So we should certainly must adopt all these things. If they are adopting and doing and going smoothly, we should certainly follow ISKCON. But if they are not, we can think more. One thing also, you have questioned, what do Raganuga Vaishnava?
Raganuga Rupanuga. Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, I said they practice Raganuga sadhana even in intermediate or neophyte stage.
Here we can see that whether he is a wretched person, no? He has no ability. No? He is a rotten person. But if he has greed by the grace of rustic Vaishnava, by reading Srimad Bhagavad, by hearing Srimad Bhagavad, he is able to do Raganuga Bhakti. Someone can say that he is not pious, his soul is not pavitra, pure. He has no sabda, sam, dam, titiksha, arya, all these qualities. He is hankering after women, understand? And he has some bad society or anything. Like Bilva Mangal. He was not a good person. But anyhow he had a greed by the mercy of Krishna himself as a Chaitya Guru, or by the grace of Chintamani, who always used to do very sweet songs about Krishna and Radha. And by his Gurudev Narahari, Anyhow, he has greed. And that greed, in the very rotten condition, yet went so high. There should be greed, and this is ability for doing Raganuga Bhajan. Whether he is a wretched person or not, or he is pure soul or anything, only he should greed. And that greed should be actual greed. Then he can do Raganuga Bhajan, and by Bhajan his all things will be also will be clean. In Srimad Bhagavatam, idam cha Vishnu vigditam brajupati bhi idam cha Vishnu. क्या करे? श्रद्धान्वितो अनुश्रियात् अथ वर्णयेदज भक्ति परां Bhagavati pratilabdha kamam vedrogamat. At first bhakti comes and all these evil things. But grade must be pure and qualified.
Actual
grade, real grade.
May I ask more about that? I met a person recently. His name is Gadadhar Pran. He was a disciple of Lalita Prasad, the son of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So he was in ISKCON, then he left. He was telling me that in his Sampradaya now, they practice Raganuga sadhana. He said in ISKCON, you only practice Vaidhi. You have to practice a sadhana, even when you're not perfect, which will bring you to that greed. So they have the Sita Pranali and meditate on Krishna's Ashtalila. So he was advocating or preaching that you should bring this into ISKCON.
No, we should not follow that. We know Lalita Prasad. He has no greed. He has only calm. So Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, knowing this, he refused that person. We know. But our Gurudev also refused that person.
What would our answer be though? What is our practice of Raganuga sadhana, if not what they do?
We are doing sadhana bhakti, Vaidhi bhakti.
We are.
By doing this, and by the grace of Guru and Gaurang or any Rasik Vaishnava, we will hear the pastimes of Krishna. It is not sure, but we hope that we will have certainly greed. And then we will be advanced. We will not follow Sahajiya Vaishnava. This should come from upper side. क्या होता है? Not descending. Ascending. It should be descending. From Vaishnavas or Krishna Jan or Krishna. From Krishna. As Rupa Goswami has told. They are distributing Raganuga Bhajan. Devotees not going and they have not greed to serve Radha Krishna. But they are distributing.
They are constructors.
A devotee has must greed. Then they should be told. They should be mercified. But they are not seeing that I have also no greed and these disciples have no greed. And they are distributing like fruits. It is not like this.
Not so cheap.
Not so cheap. We should not follow. We cannot follow this. I have seen so many persons have been ruined. This greed will take this man very upper, like Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, like Jiva Goswami, like Narottam Thakur, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. How ऊंचा जीवन इनका, how higher elevated. So we should always be. what our Guru has told, what Rupa Goswami has told, Jiva Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Srila Prabhupada, our Gurudev. We have Siddha Pranali. They have no Siddha Pranali.
We have Siddha Pranali?
Certainly. Srinadapi Sunitena Tarorapi Sahisununa Amanina Manudena Kirtaniya Sada. This is Siddha Pranali. They are not following all these Pranali. They are taking by Satta. Satta cheap. Very cheap. Without being told. By gathering so many ladies and by like Raghunath Goswami, like Prabhupada Guru, Gaur-Kishore Das Maharaj. How Vairagyavan. But I think Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur and Bhakti Vinod Thakur were more Vairagyavan than Gaur-Kishore Das Maharaj, in my opinion.
More Vairagyavan.
More Vairagyavan. But this requires some heart and mind to know.
I had a personal request. I wanted to ask your permission if I could begin to worship the Govardhan Shiva.
You have requested me.
I am requesting it.
What you have requested you?
First?
When was the first time?
Now I am.
Never before.
Does that mean I can go to the Govardhan Hill and take one? So on?
By permission of anyone, Vishnu, Guru, Purohit. Why you are not going towards Bhav Bhakti?
Why? Why I am not
following or going towards Bhav Bhakti?
Bhava Bhakti? Why I am not?
I think Maharaj thinks
try to intern.
Worshipping the Govardhan will bring him in that direction, I think.
This is too. I don't think I understood why he asked it at that point.
You should know Hindi also or Bangla.
Oh.
Because I don't express fully my ideas. So there are some garbadi. My question now. Rupa Goswami is coming. Rupa Goswami, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, what he has done? Bhakti Vinod Thakur, last Vaishnava Saptam Goswami, what he has done?
Vinod Thakur? What are his activities?
Towards Arcana?
I mostly know he wrote many books.
No.
Arcana.
What activities he has done towards Arcana? He used to do Arcana?
I don't know his Arcana activities.
Gaur-Kishore Das Maharaj used to do... No. He used to do Arcana? Or not?
I don't know.
You don't know? Your Gurudev used to do Arcana or not?
Not personally, no.
Not personally?
In the temples, he installed many deities. Archa Vigraha. Sometimes, not very, no. He, for a few years.
Always?
No.
Like you are going to do?
You
want to take Govardhan Sila. And when you take it, you will have to always do Arcana. You will have to do?
Yes.
Or you will give it to any devotee?
No.
Your Gurudev has done this, like this?
No, he did not.
Why he has not done?
Why he did not practice Arcana? I think, I don't know his mind, but he might say he was...
There are two kinds of seva to Radha Krishna. One by Archa Vigraha, by water and flowers and all these things. And other is Bhav Seva. Bhav Pushpa. Bhav is their flower. Their water is love is water. Their inner bhav are so many upakarans of seva.
Material ingredients.
Not material.
Ingredients.
They are done like so.
That was the Archa.
So Archan is, the Archan of Raghunath Das Goswami was not Archan but seva.
Yes.
Bhav seva. When he sees Govardhan, he at once goes inner and sees Radha and Krishna. He only prays Govardhan by Tulasi that I should serve her in Radha Kunda, Radha and Krishna. Only the Leelas in Radha Kunda in midday. These are Bhav Seva. What he has written in Vilas Pushpanjali are all other prayers in Braja Bhakti Vilas. Braja Vilas Sab. He used to do it in mentally, all these sevas. Radha and Krishna is there, and he is saying that I am so, I am preparing garland, tambul biti, karpur, chandan, agaru, and so many things. And giving at the neat time in shortened seva. Was trying to do. But we are not so high. So we should do this archan also. So you can, if you want, you can do. But you should always try to enter in bhav. Praying by uttering the slokas of Vilas Pushpanjali or Braj Vilas, Upadeshamrita, Chaitanya Sikshastaka, all these.
Not just the outer formality of archan.
I think that if every one person having a mood that I should worship Giriraj with me, whether I am in western countries or western, southern countries are hither and thither, and if everyone will take every fila of Giriraj, then what will be the condition in Govardhan?
No less.
There is no sign of Giriraj Govardhan there. So it has been told in Puran that if you want to take it, keep gold there, and you should take. And by the order of your spiritual master, or in his absence, there should be any high grade of choice. So many Govardhan Sila, a new devotee, they are very fond of worshipping Giriraj Govardhan. They brought by, without telling anyone, they brought some. And after 2, 3, 4 months, there comes any disturbance or anything, they keep it here without Nam Sankirtan should follow and service in heart. If these are two, everything is there. And if there is not there, nothing is there. Hari Bhakti Vilas is for Grihastha Bhakta, not for Tyagi. And in this Hari Bhakti Vilas, Archan Paddhati, Archan, sacrifice, all these things are given. And then they should, after reading Hari Bhakti Vilas in Grihastha, they should obey all these things. And if they are ripened, mature, then should leave all these things and they should be Tyagi Vaishnava, Vairagi Vaishnava, and follow Bhava Seva and follow Rupa Goswami and all others. Anything more?
No, I don't. Thank you.
In my wording, what is anukul for you, favorable for you, you can take it, and what is unfavorable, you should reject. Tamal Krishna Prabhu wanted to take one Govardhan Shila for extra.
I heard a very big one.
I told that he told that you should give me. I told that I will not give. You can take it. The responsibility will be upon you. If anything goes against, I'm not here. This something for this. After 50 years, if he has no good disciple, able disciple, that disciple will take Giriraj Govardhan and will fall in the sea. This is thing for Bhavishyat also. Future.
Yeah.
If you are really wishing to worship Giriraj Govardhan.
No, now I'm thinking about it. I'm not so eager.
If you are so eager, I'm not going to disturb you. You can take little and start.
Your words make me think. I have to think more.
Then Saraswati and your Gurudev, my Gurudev, they were not in a mood that in this present time all are hankering for Raganuga Bhakti. They wanted that in proper way we should go. By real bhakti, Vaidhi bhakti we should go. And if greed comes, it is so much better, so bhagyavan. But without greed, we should not think all these pastimes. It should come in proper way. If greed by practice will not come, by reading it will not come. I love a lady. I saw a lady and I loved. No reason, nothing. So the service of Krishna by their gopis or sakha, they are hearing the pastime, and by the past sanskar Sanskar, you know?
Impressions, purva sanskar, previous impressions in the heart.
By that, a greed comes. By any chesta means
endeavor or activities.
By any activities, greed cannot come. It will come itself. But by the association of a Rasik Vaishnava and hearing the Leela Katha by Rasik Vaishnava, without a Rasik Vaishnava, it will not come. If Krishna does mercy, he will do through their Rasik Vaishnava. And if a Rasik Vaishnava song comes, we cannot adopt it. Otherwise we have no sanskar. We will not recognize him. Who is he? So we should follow faithfully Vaidhi Bhakti. The principles of Vaidhi Bhakti and the Raganuga. अंग का क्या होता है?
Part or limb or part.
Are not different, same. Samanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam. Or 5. Sadhu Sangha Nama Kirtan Bhagavat Sravan, Mathura Bhakti Murti Sabdhaya. It's the same in Vaidhi and same in Raganuga. But moods are different. Thinking and hearing and chanting are different. In Vaidhi Bhakti, Prahlad Charitra, Uddhav Sambad, not Sandesh, Uddhav Sambad in 11. Dehuti Kapil Sambad, Vritrasu, and all other things. These are uncool for Vaidhi Bhakti. So Sravanam, these should be so. And in Raganuga, Sravan is another Sravan. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srimad Bhagavad 10th Canto, the books of Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Tika, and all this. Jayadev, all this. According to our creed. Kirtan is the same, but that Kirtan, Vaidhi Bhakti Kirtan, the Kirtan of Narottam Thakur and Bhaktivinoda Thakur and all others. Primary, Saranagati, Kalyan Kalpataru, and all this. We can do Kirtan of all this. And in Raganuga, Narottam Thakur, Lalasamayi, Anuragamayi, and all this. So we will have to follow the Vaidhi Bhakti also, and if he is in Raganuga, he should follow also the principles of Vaidhi Bhakti. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has told, কি আছে রে একটা বৈদিক ভক্তি রতজনে স্বাধীনতা রত্নদানে রাজমার্গে করানো প্রবেশ. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written, বৈদিক ভক্তি কি রতজনে স্বাধীনতা রত্নদানে রাগ মার্গে করে ন প্রবেশ. Those who will heartily follow the principles of Vaidhi Bhakti, heartily he should do. Then Krishna and Krishna Sevak servants, they do pravesh, enter in Raganuga Bhajan. By their mercy, that person devotee will enter into that person.